Hello, thank you for tuning in. You are tuned into Esoteric Guidance, and my name is Nehru. Um, Good morning. It's a beautiful morning in southern Arizona, a rare one. It is a lot of overcast, as you can see. So, I'll show you all the overcast. I don't want to flip the phone around or touch the phone because I've started the recording for 3 different times and I pressed the button to flip the phone around and the recording stops. So you can see there's a lot of cloud cover. Okay, but I want to show you this thing that's on the ground. I don't know why I couldn't think of that, but it's on the ground, and they play sports out here, of course, and so there's something on the ground. It says defense, and then I'm going to show you something that I set on a rock yesterday when I came out for my walk. I was walking through the grass because I stand in the grass, with no shoes on just to ground myself. And I saw something and I put it on a rock over there, and I see that it's still there. Okay, but look at this. I just looked down a moment ago and saw this on the ground. Right? Defense. Okay, defense. Defended. Okay. All right. So, yeah. And so then let me go get this other thing here. And again, good morning, Soul Tribe Collective. I hope you're doing well. I hope your day is off to a great start. So this is a ring. Okay, and again, I saw this yesterday. Okay, 12 hours ago when I was out here. I saw this on the ground and I picked it up and put it on that rock over there. Okay, in case someone comes back looking for it, because again, they play sports out here all the time. Right. So you have the ref, so you have the judgment. Okay, this is the Sanhedrin Council. They are the referees. Okay, the Sanhedrin Council are the referees. Okay, so you have these two items here. Okay, is that showing up? Here we go. Okay, so always a marked day. You have to pay attention. You have to be aware in order to see how the universe is talking to you. Okay, let me look up here. I don't know. Seems weird. But you have to be aware of what the universe is saying. And you have to pay attention in order to pick up those clues. Okay? I had two dreams last night. One I will share. I've often spoke about black and white dogs. Right now, there are two Cocker Spaniels. Okay? One is brown and white, and one is black and white. Okay? And so, yeah, there might be something about that. Okay? And there's a poodle. Look at the poodle. Wow. As you can see, I love dogs. You can see I light up. I love them. Um, for all that they stand for their loyalty, for their dignity. I think boxers are a very dignified kind of dog. They're that way. They're also, I think, I call them the clowns of the dog world. The boxers are funny. And in fact, on the way over here, this reminds me, on the way over here, there's a one of the houses around here on this walking path has like four dogs. He has a cocker spaniel, so there might be something about a cocker spaniel. Maybe someone has one. A boxer who's an older boxer, so they're getting silver, in the muzzle, and a German Shepherd. And I believe there's four dogs. I believe he has, or she. I don't know. I don't know. I only always see a truck there, um, and women drive trucks all the time. In fact, I think that's kind of sexy when a woman drives a truck. But yeah. So um, that kid just let that dog poop over there, and he's not gonna clean it up right in the middle of where everyone plays football and everything. Don't be that kind of dog owner. Okay? Don't be. Okay? Pick up your shit and pick up your dog shit. Um, yeah, that's terrible. Um, so somebody's gonna have to come out here. Somebody, coach, parent, somebody's gonna have to come out here and clean that up before they use the field. So anyway, um, so one dream was just, it was so detailed. There was a lot going on. I don't know, again, I don't know because it was through one sleep session. So I don't know if it all ran together or if there were breaks in there. I don't remember. The other dream, I will not share the details of because it deals with my divine masculine. And I suspect that she's going to want to not not highly publicize our relationship in the beginning, which is fine with me. Again, those of you who've been a part of the channel, you know I'm a lone wolf, and I have a total of 18 siblings, and of all those 18 siblings, I have no communication with any of them. I walk alone, and I'm the eldest of all of them. Okay, um, and yeah, so I have no problem with confidentiality. Again, being a tax accountant, I had all kinds of sensitive information. Never once jeopardized that. Okay, um, so that's certainly not an issue. So I won't share a lot of the details of that dream. Just again, as a way to already get into that mental cycle of not sharing too much. Okay. Um, and that's for both of our protection. If you notice, even in Hollywood, even in the entertainment world, the marriages that stay together are the marriages that stay out of the spotlight. Okay, when you think of Denzel Washington's marriage, I don't remember what his wife's name is. Pamela. I don't know. That name might be significant. I don't know. Remember what his wife's name is. Yeah. Even those who aren't married, I think about uh, Goldie Hawn, okay, and Goldie Hawn and why can't I think of the guy's name? I don't know. But yeah, that couple, right? They're not physically married or legally married on paper. Never have been. Hopefully, they've been committed to each other since since committing to one another fully. Hopefully they've been faithful to that. But they've been together for 30 something years, I think, maybe 40 years, right? And yeah, right. Um, so there are marriages that do well because they stay out of the spotlight. Okay, most marriages long term do not do well because they do not stay in the spotlight, or because they do stay in the spotlight and rumors, social media, and all that sort of thing gets the best of them. Okay, paparazzi, all that, whatever, reporters, whoever. Okay, so the less they know, the better. Okay, um, so in this dream, in the longer dream, the one thing I will say is this. Okay, in the in that one dream, in regards to the divine masculine, there it was me, another gentleman, and her. And the one thing that I will share is that that gentleman asked me a question. It was dealing with my confidence. Okay, and that gentleman said, "I bet when you sit," he said, "I bet when you sit, you sit, you sit." Let me show my legs. He said, "I bet when you sit, you have no problem sitting like this." And he was like, I guess he was what he was implying was if I have a problem with my confidence and my manhood, right? That's what kind of what he was hinting at. That's what I got in the dream. And I was like, absolutely. I definitely have no problem sitting like that. That's not a problem whatsoever. Um, and that's very true. Again, you talk about I mentioned I mentioned what were we talking about? Oh, we were going through the book of Jubilees, and towards the beginning, we were talking about Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve, yes. Yes, I think. And how it's a much fuller story than Genesis to Revelation, that religious book. How they sewed fig leaves, right, and found fig leaves, put fig leaves together, and made themselves aprons once their eyes were open and they knew both good and evil. Okay, both light and dark. Okay, and I remember saying on that video, I remember saying that I've never been to a nude beach, but I have no problem. I have no problem whatsoever with what I've been blessed with, because I have been blessed. I'll just say that. Okay, so that guy in that dream who was saying that, he said, "I bet you have," and he literally said, "I bet you have no problem sitting. I bet you will have no problem sitting like this," right? And I was like, "Nope, none whatsoever." Yeah. So, again, that question to me, it's about your confidence in yourself. Okay, and so that's all I'll share about that dream, because the rest of it is just for me and her. Okay, so so in this longer dream, I am at Kevin's house again with them. These dreams are flowing every night now. Okay, and I woke up at 2:20 something. I started writing the dream down at 2:23 in my journal, and so there was a song. There was a song that when I got to the park, that I started singing, or that was a download. I can't remember what it was. I should have started with that or listened to it. Maybe it'll come to me before I press stop on the video. But anyway, in Kevin's house again. Okay, that's the sperm donor. Those of you who do not know, took my first wife, witchcraft against me since my birth for 49 years. He's known who I was. Had a dream two nights ago that my brother told me, Matthew, who passed on 8/4/21, that he had passed on 14th, whether the 14th is the coming up 14th or that's a 14th that was in the past. Okay, and I just haven't gotten word. Okay, so we're in his house, and Matthew, he's in trouble for some reason, and that Kevin got a phone call, right, from a teacher, from who knows, somebody, from someone, and so of course Kevin's disappointed. He's upset. He's angry. He's mad. or disappointed, whichever. Anyway, he's not happy about the phone call. And so I kind of feel like he was originally looking to punish me as well, but that quickly faded. Yeah, that went away. Anyway, we end up in his office. Him and I end up in his office, and we end up talking. There's so many parts to this dream. It's wild. It's wild. It involves people from the Rock of Central Florida. This dream it's extensive. There's so many people out here with their dogs this morning because it's such a rare, cool morning. It's everybody else, and it's great. I love it. Get as close as I can until I get mine. All right. Until I have mine once again. And so we're in his office, and I tell him, I said, I said, earth angels are birthed into families in order to heal their karmic bloodlines. And he got mad. Okay? So he got mad and walked out. Okay? I had my journal with me, the black journal, the black binded journal. And the first one that I shared in that journal playlist, that's the journal that I had that covered 2014 to 2017. Okay? All right. And so again, if you want to listen to those journal writings and dreams and visions, that's available to you. So then I'm sitting with ancestors, and it's 4 ancestors, and it's specifically 4 women. Okay, it's 4 women that I'm sitting with. And everybody else leaves out. They go wherever they're going. There are other people who are in the room, but they leave. And I'm sitting with these 4 ancestors. And when everyone leaves, I'm like, hey, let's play a game, right? And what I was going to do is I was going to ask them in the dream. I remember the question. I was going to ask them, like, I don't know, like a game, something called like what do you know, or something like that, right? And I was going to ask them about their advice from their lifetimes. Okay? So it was going to be in regards to marriage. Okay? What do you think? What's been your experiences? What's your advice? I was going to ask them those questions. But there was one who was older than the others, more elder than the others, and this individual needed to be taken to the bathroom for a bath. Okay, and so the other 3, they were going to help this individual to help them get to the bathroom. And so because she's a female, fly, monitoring spirit, return to sender, and so yeah, don't think monitoring spirits don't show up outside as well. They absolutely do, okay? So, anyway, they're helping her to the bathroom. Ironically, I remember at some point, the sperm donor's father, Berlin, before he passed in December of... December? Yes. He passed right before my daughter Kimberly was birthed in 1996. So, yeah. Okay. So, he needed help with getting to the bathroom, and he would fall. And unfortunately, because Odessa she was not a nice wife. Okay, just say it plainly. She was not a nice wife. And so because of that, he would fall, and she would often leave him on the floor for an extended period of time. Okay? so they they drop this woman, okay, on the floor, and all they have on is a towel. And I turn around, I look away. Obviously, I don't want to see that, okay? So I look away, okay, as they try to help her up. But we never get to the questions. We never get to play the game that I wanted to play. Okay? And so that could be symbolic for us, okay? And us wanting to connect to our ancestors, wanting to know more about them. A lot of us, I know, wish that we had our ancestors, our great grandparents, great grandparents. I've met on Judy's side of the family, I have met grandparents, great grandparents, yep, grandparents and great grandparents. Then on Kevin's side, I've met the same grandparent, great grandparents, yep. Okay, I didn't always meet the great grandfather. In fact, on Judy's side, if I met the great grandfather, I was too young to remember. I believe he passed actually long ago. I'm just looking at. They were running over here. Can you see them? They were running. They were coming towards me. They were running over here. Right. And then also on Kevin's side, I did not meet his father. I've never met his father, but I've met his mother. Okay. And in fact, no other grandkids have ever met her. I'm the only one who's ever met our great grandmother. Okay? On his side of the family, from his father's side. Now on his mother's side, a couple of us have met the grandmother, Odessa's mother, whose name is Beatrice, but everybody called her Sugarfoot. Okay? So, yeah. So anyway, also another part of this whole dream whatever scenario, again, involves people from the Rock of Central Florida. Okay, I spent 20 years there. Okay, directly out of the military. I was sent there. That's why I ended up there. I was sent there from Arizona, where I am currently. Not from the same city, but from the same state. And in 2002, that might be significant for you. And so I left in 2022. Okay, exactly 20 years after my friend Marcia told me about them in 2002. Okay, when I was in military, or on my way to military intelligence school. And so we're upstairs, and there's a bunch of rooms, but we're upstairs, and their eldest daughter, Kaylee, whose last name starts with an S, so someone whose name starts with an S or an K might be significant for your journey, or Kaylee. Her husband's name is Samuel actually. So that, again, that might be significant for you. Their daughter's name, their eldest daughter, they might have more kids now, I don't know. Confirmation, so, okay. Their eldest daughter's name is Raylan. Okay? I didn't even know that until I'm sitting there writing, and and all of a sudden I just write Raylan. If someone would have asked me yesterday, what's their daughter's name, I don't know if I could have thought of it with my mind. Okay? When I left, she wasn't even a year old, I don't believe. I mean, so yeah. All right. So she comes out of one of the rooms with this daughter, and I say, "Hi, Kaylee. Hey, Kaylee." And she's angry. She's like, she was upset by something. Okay, she did not speak to me. Okay, again, someone else who did not speak to me from the Rock of Central Florida. I've also had dreams about Tamara and Archie Phillips not speaking to me. Okay, not greeting me. Okay, and they can apologize and reach out to me whenever they want to. Okay, and maybe that's, yeah. Okay, so anyway, maybe that's going to happen soon. Apologies are coming. Okay, apologies are coming. All right, and so Matthew's in these dreams a lot. Okay, he's a messenger for me now. Okay, which is interesting because a year ago or so, maybe a little longer, I think I wrote it in a journal. He said, "You protected me while I was on the earth. Now I get to protect you." And I cried when I heard that. Okay, and so there's something about our ancestors, those who have gone before us. There's something about them protecting us. Okay, so I am. Let's let that guy walk by. He was looking rather suspicious. And so I tell Matthew, I'm like, leave him alone. She doesn't want to be bothered. Let her, whatever, right? And he wants to play around with Raylan, and he's never met them. Matthew is never, yeah. He was incarcerated for 19 years before he passed. Okay, and 19 might be significant for you. Okay, he was incarcerated from 2002, ironically, until was when I got out. Well, when I found out about the Rock, he was incarcerated from 2002 to when he passed, and on 8/4 of 2021. Okay, and so in our adult life, I didn't get to spend a lot of time with him. I was in the military for 8 years, and even throughout that time, when I would come home lots of times, he would be incarcerated, okay? Because he suffered from mental illness, from things that Judy allowed to happen to him. He was in a coma for 3 days. She allowed him to be electrocuted with a cord through the electric power in the house, okay? A cord that was plugged in. His coma was caused by malnutrition and dehydration. She allowed him to get his body to get to that stage when he was an infant. So he suffered from neurological and mental deficits and things like that. That's a large reason why I protected him so much when we were kids. Because he got teased often, and I would beat kids' asses for saying stuff against him, okay, or for teasing him. And so he wants to play with Raylan. I'm like, no, Matt, leave her alone. Let him go. Let him be, right? But anyway, go downstairs, and we all get, or a lot of us get into one car. But then it transitions over to me riding a bike with Raylan on the bike. Okay? So she's on the bike with me. We're going down the road. Her father, Sam, is riding on the bike ahead of us a little ways. And then we catch up to him and surpass him. So there's something significant about that. I honestly believe that that was an arranged marriage. That's my own personal opinion. Okay? In fact, it's not an opinion. Okay? It's not an opinion. So Sam and Kaylee Schoaf is an arranged marriage. Okay? And I so don't doubt that Steve is a controlling ass motherfucker. He is a controlling ass motherfucker. That's why he wouldn't let his mother-in-law be a minister on his staff. Because he's a controlling ass motherfucker. Okay? He'll tell you that that church belongs to the people, but that's a lie. Okay? All right, that's her father, by the way. Senior minister at the Rock of Central Florida. Stephen, Lee, or Parker might be significant for your journey. And so we surpass him on this bike, just me and Raylan, okay? And we're going through, you know, we're going through these alleyway, we're going all over, right? And we get to this one part, and it looks like it's grass, and you could drive on it like just like this does, okay? But we get to a point, and it turns into swamp, and all of a sudden, right? And the bike, like, the bike goes underwater, right? And she almost falls in the water, and I grab her by her hoodie. She had on a white and pink hoodie outfit, okay? And I grab her by the hoodie, and I pull her up before she falls in the water. And again, this is a baby, right? This is a baby, or toddler, I'll say, toddler. Lift her up by the hoodie and put her up on this platform, okay? And then I hear, ooh, Steve and Kim would be so pissed or so something if something was to ever happen to her, and blah, 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 blah. So what that means, I don't know, okay? Perhaps there's something that's coming in, saving grace that's coming in, that's going to protect her, even though their father has contaminated, and her mother, and even though Kaylee's father, and perhaps Sam too, I don't know. I didn't know him very well. Perhaps, when did they get married? In 2020? Yeah, 2020, I think. Yeah, that sounds about right. And so, because Steve has contaminated their bloodline with his choices. So maybe there's some saving grace for Raylan for that. I don't know. Again, somebody has to heal that karmic bloodline. Okay? Maybe Raylan is the one. And so then the scene switches again, and I think it's Raylan there's a scene where something's going on in a bathroom, and there's several women in there helping, whatever, okay? I can't see that clearly, and it might be the ancestors, the women, bathing the elder or eldest ancestor. It might be something like that. I don't know. But in one part, I see, and I remember several dreams where I was only wearing underwear. Okay, and so when you have dreams when someone's wearing underwear or they're not wearing anything, typically you have to use your discernment and intuition when you're interpreting these dreams. But in a lot of cases, someone only in their underwear or someone being completely unclothed represents exposure or transparency. Okay, I've had many dreams. Some of those dreams I've shared with Kim Parker. Okay, some of those dreams I've shared with Steve Parker. Okay, and that's what that typically represents. Okay, and so again, there's something being exposed. So yeah, very Very interesting dreams, very interesting downloads last night or this morning. And so thank you, highest divine white light, first of all, for this day. Thank you for the coolness of the morning, finally. Thank you for the spiritual downloads. Thank you for the esoteric guidance, if I didn't say that already. Thank you, Greco-Roman ancestors. Thank you, American ancestors, Egyptian ancestors. Thank you, India ancestors. Thank you, Celtic ancestors. Okay, those are the ancestors that I am aware of that I have. And those are the lifetimes that I am aware of that I've lived, okay, on this planet. So, again, Soul Tribe Collective, I hope your Wednesday's going well. I hope things are off to a beautiful start. Don't forget to write your esoteric downloads down. Don't forget to write those things down and pay attention. Pay attention. I'm trying to grab all of this at one time. Pay attention to what the universe is saying to you. Okay, referee and defense. Defended. We are defended. By who? The Sanhedrin Council and spiritual principles. Okay? All right? So, thank you so much. Horus, universe, and again, highest divine white light, thank you so much for your guidance, for your wisdom, for your help, for your clearing of karmic bloodlines. I thank you for the collective, for the chosen ones, for the 144,000. The ones who have chosen you. We're all chosen. The ones who have chosen you. I thank you for their wise choice. Help us who are leaders of that, of that entourage, of that collective. Help us to continue to be aware and to lead with dignity, with confidence, with authority, with unconditional love, with compassion, and with passion. Sympathy and empathy. Help us to continue to lead with that. 3737 on the timer up there, on the video. Confirmation with the dog bark. We haven't heard a dog bark all the time I've been sitting here until the prayer or the gratitude. Okay, I don't pray. Okay, I manifest. All right. So, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. And as always, be encouraged.